What's good, YouTube? It's KB with Just Do Boxing, back with another video. Before I get into the video, I want to say, if this is your first time on the channel, do your boy a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop new content. To all the current subscribers, to everybody that been rocking with me, I salute and appreciate every last one of y'all. We on the road to 2,000. So let's work. Let's get your boy to 2,000. And everybody make sure they turn that bell icon on off, because only 10% of y'all have y'all notifications on at all. So do your boy a favor. If you like rocking with the content, make sure you hit that notification bell and switch it to all, man. So let's get into it, man. We got a nice fight for July 30th between Rances Barthelemy and that undefeated rising star and Gary Antuanne Russell. You know, Rances Barthelemy, getting up there in age. He's 37 years old, but he's only lost just one time. He got a record of 29-1-1. You know, he's 5'10" with a 72.5-inch reach. He's fighting out of Las Vegas from Cuba. You know, his last fight was November 6th on the Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez undercard, where he got a easy second round TKO over Gustavo David Vittori, who he knocked down twice and dominated early, got an easy TKO. It was more like a showcase or stay busy fight, I guess, for him, if you want to say, because that guy had about, I think, 9 lost, 25-9 record or something like that. So it looked like a showcase, stay busy fight for Rances Barthelemy. Nonetheless, he took care of business, and he caught Vittori, with a flurry of shots in that second round and got the TKO. His only loss his only loss on his resume, that came back in 2018. So that was about 4 years ago against Kerry Relic. He lost a unanimous decision, but he did win their first match. That was a rematch, that he lost to in 2018 to Kerry Relic. They did fight before that, and Rances Barthelemy was able to pull off the win by unanimous decision as well. That took place in 2017. But, Relic was able to avenge his loss, and, he beat Rances Barthelemy convincingly, in my opinion, and scorecards indicated such. The only other blemish on Barthelemy's resume is that draw, against Robert Easter Jr., and that came back in 2019, April 27th, which is my B-Day, so that's cool. I definitely seen that fight. And shout out to my fellow Tauruses. But, he went up against Robert Easter nonetheless in 2019 at April 27th. And he had a very competitive fight with Easter. Some people even thought that Barthelemy should have got the nod. Me, myself, it was very competitive. They both fighters did good work, both to the body and doing. Barthelemy did a good job at countering Easter throughout the fight. So he definitely made it competitive and entertaining. And I just didn't have much of a issue, I guess, with the decision, because I felt like no fighter truly controlled that fight, because it was a lot of back and forth action, and to Barthelemy's credit, he's a hell of a fighter, hell of a boxer. Easter only had just the one loss, I believe, at the time of, so he's fighting a very prime and, credible Easter. You know what I'm saying? So it was a tough, tight fight, back and forth action, and it ended up being a split draw. So now you fast forward to that. Now you got July 30th coming up, and he got to go against that young tough Gary Antuanne Russell, who is 15-0 with 15 KOs. I mean, he stopped everybody's fault. The kid is just 26 years old. He's a southpaw. He's 5'10" as well, with a 69-inch reach. His last fight was February 26th, where he stopped the tough veteran and Victor Postal, in the last round of a 10-round fight. He stopped him in the 10th round of a 10th-round fight. Got a TKO, in a fight that, showed Gary Antuanne Russell pedigree and his IQ, and it shows how this kid continues to get better. It's just not his knockouts, it's how he's getting these knockouts, how he set them up. And a lot of people just think he just comes forward recklessly, and I disagree. I think he's a very calculated fighter. I think he has his own style. You don't have to like his style, but it's very effective, and it works for him, and he does a hell of a job getting the job done, closing the gap, closing the distance and getting his shots off. He has a great jab. Great combination puncher. He goes to the body well. He has better feet, I think, than what people give him credit for. I'm not going to say he has great feet, but I definitely don't have no bad footwork in my honest opinion. Antuanne Russell is a very polished fighter with a style that's going to continue to give these fighters fits down the line, and that's just what it is. He's a tough, rugged, polished, skilled fighter with, he's fundamentally sound and technically sound. You know what I'm saying? And he's a southpaw, and he comes to fight, and that's just something that a lot of these fighters don't like to do, believe it or not. When they're forced to fight, especially at his pace, you're going to be in trouble. So I think the matchup between him and Rances Barthelemy is going to be very interesting to see, just exactly what Barthelemy has left in the tank. Like I said, he's only got the one loss and the one draw, and his loss came back, about 4 years ago. And then since then, he's just had that one split draw against Robert Easter in 2019. So, since then he's been winning, but hasn't fought any notable names. So this would be the biggest name, that he's fought in his career, other than, I think, something like a Robert Easter, in my opinion. So he definitely gonna have his hands full with this 26-year-old young lion that's coming to stop him. And he spoke on it in the interview, and he said he want to keep this thing rolling. That KO streak, he want to keep it rolling. But the thing about him is, Antuanne Russell, like I said, is calculated. He's a calculated killer in there with gloves, and he knows how to cut the ring, cut the distance, get inside and work. And he's a strong young kid. Like I said, man, he has a good jab, does good body work, man, good overhand right. Definitely out of left, dangerous left, because he's a southpaw, man. So I think he's a very complete and polished fighter. I think he's going to give Rances Barthelemy all he can handle. Now, on the flip side of that, Barthelemy can do some things as well, too. He has like that irky-jerky style. He can be slick in there at times, but like I say, he's getting up there in age. He's 37 years old, so let's see if Father Time is going to catch up with him on the night, or if he's going to be able to, upset the young rising star, man, the young rising, prospect / contender, man. Because if Gary Russell continues to win, there's no doubt in my mind he'll be very, very close to winning the title very soon, and that's something I think he will do. And he's going to be around for a while, and it's a lot of interesting matchups at 140 for Antuanne Russell. So I just want to see him handle business. No slight to Barthelemy. I just think Gary Russell is going to pull this off. Younger, fresher, hungrier. He's going to bring it. Barthelemy had his chances and opportunities, and I really truly think that the time for Antuanne Russell is now. And I honestly think he got a very good chance at keeping his KO streak going. And I say it's a 10-round fight. I say, maybe get a late stoppage. Barthelemy is tough. He hasn't been beat down in his career, but he do have some miles on him. Like I said, 37 years old. Let's just see if that's a young or old 37. You know what I mean? I say the stoppage might come between 6 and 9. Not the best at predictions, but we're going to see how close I am with this one. I say 6 to 9. He get the stoppage. If not, I see a dominant win and dominant performance for Gary Russell Jr. Gary Antuanne Russell. But that's my thoughts on it, man. That's my just due on it, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all got winning, Gary Antuanne Russell or that boy Rances Barthelemy. It's July 30th, man. Y'all tune into it. Don't want to miss it, because it's going to be a great fight. As always, y'all get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Gary Antuanne Russell and Rances Barthelemy their just due, because that's what I do over here at Just Do Boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.